254, is it? 254?
That sounds right.
So I have the red tape right at that line.
Okay.
So if we get up, we get everything up there, because it's hard to say. I get, some people can mark it with a magic marker. The original one we had a magic marker on it, but I think this doesn't.
You have to wait for that thing to pressurize?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn the power on. First thing is the nozzle time is set on 10.0. The test time is 3 minutes, 180 seconds. The frequency is 10.0. And to start, it says press flood to start. Now each one of the beakers we brought up as far as you can get up touching the spray bar, so no flow goes on the side. Each one is supposed to go up to 254 milliliters. Very hard to see that one here, so we put the red tape on here. And this is plus or minus 10%. I'm going to run for 3 minutes, and after it's done, we wait a couple of minutes because of the foam. Once the foam settles, and then we'll do our check. Now, according to the manual, after we finish, we have plus or minus 10%. So this one's way too high. According to the manual, if you have a high one and you have a low one, you can stop and switch the nozzle. And after you switch the nozzle, then you run the test all over again. So you get them pretty close to each other. This one here is way out of effect, way high. This one is just about on the borderline, because we have to go to the top of the tape. The top of the tape is exactly 254. One on the end is right on the mark. So what we'll do now is we'll switch the nozzles on this high one to one of the lowest ones. Okay, after the foam dies down and we check each one of the beakers, we get to here number 3, and this is actually where we change the coil. If it's above the line, the first thing we do is we find one that's lower, which is probably the one on the end, and we switch those nozzles and we run the test over. If that doesn't help out, according to the manual, if you have higher volume, like this one here, you're going to go to a shorter plunger. The ones with the lower volume we go to the longer plunger. Make sure you have a bucket because you don't want to have a flow on the floor. Okay, the next test we do is for lay down spray uniformity. So we go to this side of the tester. We have to bring this up into this position to use these beakers. What we have to do is the same tool that we use to check the distance from the spray bar to the rubber roller we put on here. Set it up on the spray bar, and on each side there's an adjuster on the lock, and you adjust this up the same way you would if you're putting the spray bar in the unit. This locks in. You do each side. This one here has to come down. Or it has to go up, I should say. Spray bar doesn't move. We get it to the position where it just fits. Okay, same thing. Nozzle set at 10.0. The test time is 180 seconds. Frequency is 10.0. Push flood to start. Have to have the air pressure up to 80 pounds. The main thing you're checking here is uniformity. So all the nozzles are overlapping each other. If I don't find my bucket, well, I'm level. And this is the second part of the test. After you complete the first part, you change the nozzle or the plungers, and you ran the test over again. If everything is equal in the first set of beakers, you go to this test. The most important thing about this is you use the same tool you use when you're putting the spray bar in. The distance, the spray bar from the rubber roller. Make the adjustment and you check both sides. As long as the distance is correct from the spray bar to the rubber roller, and we'll run this test. This test is for lay down spray uniformity. When we run the test, we'll watch the beakers and we'll make sure that we have enough overlap on every one of the nozzles. After that, we'll check our nozzles at the end, and we're not concerned about the two nozzles on either end. Once we've concluded the test and all the spray bars work and they come up to specifications, we take the spray bars off, put them on the rack, and we just clean this up. We use regular wipe down or 409. And that concludes today's